Top of the morning to you guys out there. Today I want to talk about comparisons. Now we've always made comparisons from the time we were little. We've compared things. I'm bigger than you, you are smaller than me, I'm older than you. And in primary school we're taught something called positive words, comparative and superlative. And in that class we've chanted big, bigger, biggest, small, smaller, smallest, bad, worse, worse. You know what I'm talking about. So we've always made comparisons with one thing or the other. And the ability to compare is actually a good thing because you are not only empowered with the ability to discern good from evil, but the ability to compare helps you to distinguish better from good. We need it a lot in our lives. But however, I want to look at the shabby side of comparison, which is comparing your life with another. Now we are consumed with it. It's something I have discovered. Even when we want to encourage people, maybe in one area of their life where they are down, we often find ourselves resorting to making unfavorable comparisons. Let me give an example. Let's say, for instance, a girl is struggling with her body. She doesn't like her body, probably because she feels she's too big or she's too small. Let's say she comes to you telling you she doesn't like her body because she's too slender. And now you, Mr. or Mrs. Encourager, you want to encourage the lady to love her body. And then you look at her and you tell her, your body is beautiful, your body is good. At least you're not like that one that is as fat as a fufu. You see the problem. What's wrong with just telling her your body is beautiful, it is good, love it, full stop, without making nonsense comparison with another person, without making another putting somebody else down. I see that happen a lot and it's very sad. Now the scripture says in 2 Corinthians 2:17, I hope I got that right, that comparing ourselves with other people is not wise. Yeah, this is what comparing your life with other people does. When you compare your life with other people, your looks, your job, your marriage, maybe your abilities, your talents, this is what it does to you, all your spiritual growth. One, you can either come out feeling self-righteous or with a false sense of superiority, like I'm better than this person. Two, you'll be unable to enjoy life. God blesses us every day of our lives with one thing or the other. But when you are consumed with comparing your life with another person, you won't be able to enjoy the gift that God has given you, except it is better than another person's own. I remember an experience I had some time ago. I was in my room in the law school and an acquaintance came to meet me. She was getting ready for a party. She was all dressed up and feeling good. We talked for a while and then she went for the party. Sometime later, she came back and then she was telling me, I felt so bad today. What happened, babe? You were just excited when you left here. And then she told me about this girl she met at a party, who she kind of sees as a rival. She described the girl's clothes, what the girl wore, and she told me the girl was looking so good, like she felt like she was dressed in rags. You see the problem? That is what being consumed with comparing other people with you does to you. And then thirdly, when you compare yourself with other people all the time, you will be an insecure and miserable person. You know why? The truth is, there's always somebody smarter, somebody cuter, somebody more intelligent, somebody more of whatever you have. Now, when I was thinking about this phenomenon, the parable of the talents came to my mind. Matthew 25:14-30 tells the story of a man. Jesus was the one telling the story of a man who was traveling, and then he called his servants, told them to look after his household, and then he gave them what the Bible calls talents. Talents is equivalent to money. He gave one 5 talents, he gave one 2 talents, he gave the other one 1 talent to work with. So they were to work with what they were given. And then when the man came back, he called them and said, "Oh yeah, give account of what I've given you. How have you worked with it?" The one who had 5 talents, of course, said he produced 5 talents more. The one who had 2 talents produced 2 talents more, and the master commended them. But the one with 1 talent went and buried his own. And then when his master came, he just went to dig it from the ground and bring it to the master. The long and short of the story is the master was not happy with him, and he received the master's condemnation. Now, when I was thinking of the story, something came to my mind. Now, this is not in the Bible, but I imagine the man thinking, how can this man give me only 1 talent? Only one? Eh? And then instead of working with what he was given, he decided to bury it. In life, I've come to discover that God distributed his gifts not only differently, but also in different proportions, whether we like it or not. Some persons God has given them a wide platform. Probably they are there to reach a number of people. One man is going to establish 10,000 churches. He's going to reach more souls for Jesus. And then another man, God may have commissioned him to go to be in a particular village to reach some particular people there. It's not about the size. We live in a world that worships size. We are bombarded in social media around us with people who achieve amazing feats, who broke one record or the other. We go to church, during our youth meetings or whatever, we are told, you can do this, you can change your world, you can achieve those amazing feats. And it's easy to come away from all of this feeling like, if you don't break one record or the other, if you've not reached 10,000 souls for Jesus, if you don't have 1 billion naira in your account, then you have not done anything in life. It's easy to come away from all of this feeling small. But the truth is, God has given everybody different platforms. Some people have a wider platform, some of us have a smaller platform. It's not about the size of the platform, it is what you do with the platform you are given. What has God given to you? Success is accomplishing the task he has given to you. It's not about the size of what you have. It's not. Don't get it twisted. It's not about the size. It is fulfilling. Success is fulfilling the purpose of God for your life. That is what success is. So what has God given you? What has he given you? It's not about whether it is bigger or whether it is smaller. You may not be the most beautiful, you may not be the most intelligent, but there's something he has given to you. Focus on what he has given you and work with it. And spare yourself of the misery of comparing your life with other people. God has given you life to enjoy. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, and don't stop subjecting yourself to misery. Thank you very much for listening. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Do so right now. Click on the subscribe button. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And yes, I shouldn't go away without telling you this. The one person you should compare yourself with is yourself. What do I mean? You should be able to say, I am better today than I was yesterday. I am much more patient than I was yesterday. Things like this. Thank you very much and have a beautiful day. Love you.